They say change is the nature of our universe, and everything should change or upgrade with time so as to transmit the message that it is a living thing. But we hate when people change with time. It is not because why they changed, it is because why I didn't change with time when he did, or why did he changed in this way and not in other way. Someone who was once very friendly are now nowhere in our friend zone. Someone who used to be standing there always for us are nowhere near us. This is not the people changing themselves, but it is the time and situation, and sometimes environment that is forcing them to change. Like sometimes it is the time in some time phases in your life, it creates some situation, and that situation force you to change or to bring change into your life. Should we also change ourselves because the people in our surrounding is changing? I think if people are changing for good, then of course you should change. If the technology is developing day by day and you are still using the primitive tools, then you need to change yourself. And it is the change for good. But people don't only change for good, they also change for the bad things. Some people who was so polite, so good, is now behaving in a very negative way. This is not a good change. So we must look at what kind of change should we follow, what kind of trend should we follow, and how can it impact my life. Maybe it can impact other way and not the way you wanted. So I think yes and no. If you change yourself, maybe other person will feel hurt as well. But if you change themselves along with yourself, then it is the change in right direction with togetherness. You won't left the other person behind. But I think not everyone have the time to change at the same time as you. Some change early, some change late. Forcing might not work. But I think instead of changing something, you should be developing it. Like you know how to speak a language, but instead of changing that language from different language, you should develop that language even more instead of starting a new language completely new. So I think if you are a generous man, then you need to develop in your life and become more generous. Or if you have learned some lessons in your life about generosity, then you must implement those in your recent developments. Changing is also important, or I would say developing is more important for our survival. If you look at the theory of evolution, you will find that one which survived the natural calamities had something different, and he had some change in DNA or other things. Changing also promote ourselves to get out of our comfort zones and try to implement something new. So instead of complaining about your close relative or friend who changed, cheer them up for living their past life and showing a sign of grown up. But I have used this word changing a lot. But what I should be using is the development. As time progresses, we develop. We develop ourselves with the learning which we acquire with time. And I think it is very important in our life to keep on learning and keep on developing ourselves. Changing is something, it feels like you are completely starting a new ground, but it won't actually make yourself a strong person. I don't think so, because you are ignoring the experiences which you have gathered in your life. So always change or bring developments in your life with your experiences in your life. So this was the video about should we change ourselves or not. And I think, yeah, we should develop ourselves in a positive way, in a right direction, and this change should be positive for you and your family and your friends, and not impacting your relation in a negative way. Develop yourself and develop your friends and family as well. This is the right change or development in whole. Bye.